would like to introduce Susan Gallucci. She is a licensed clinical social worker and Programs and Maternity Home Director of the Northwest Center, the largest pro-life service organization in our nation's capital. The Northwest Center's maternity home is a transitional housing program for homeless pregnant women. The maternity home builds upon the work of the Northwest Center Pregnancy Program in providing life-affirming options for women facing an unplanned pregnancy by providing a safe and stable living environment. Susan works individually with each woman to assist her in achieving her goals, including creating a strong, healthy family and a brighter future for herself and her baby. Let's welcome Susan Gallucci to the stage.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation to speak. I have two stories to share for those of you who don't know about maternity homes, or those who do, of two women I've been privileged to work with. The first one, I'll call her Monica. She called the maternity home one day, and she was pregnant and felt trapped. She was an only child and lived with her mom. She had a previous pregnancy a few months before, and her mother said that she had to get an abortion or she had to leave her home. She had an abortion and found herself pregnant a few months later. She refused to have an abortion again, and her mother insisted once again that she leave her home. She came to the maternity home and began the application process. She seemed very interested, and then I didn't hear anything for a few weeks. She gave me a call then, and I was surprised. I said, "What happened? I was expecting to hear back from you right away." She said, "I thought my mom changed her mind. I thought I could stay." But she was devastated because, again, her mother insisted she have the abortion. During the interview process, I learned a little bit more about her mother's own history. Her mother had had several abortions. In fact, she had even brought Monica as a young child to the abortion clinic with her. So a lot was going on, obviously, with her mom and not having healed from her own abortion trauma. Monica moved into the Northwest Center's maternity home a few weeks later. She did very well in the program. Her boyfriend was very involved, excited about the baby. Monica found a part-time job. She gave birth to a baby boy, Joshua. Her mother was present for the birth, and her mother was such a proud grandmother. Monica began online courses, continued to work, and eventually moved out of the home into her own apartment. The father remained involved. They worked really hard to co-parent together, and she and her mother started to heal their relationship. Almost all of the women we serve have been affected by some type of violence. Violence in the home, violence of abortion, violence from gangs, for immigrants, violence from war-torn countries. More than half of the women we serve in the pregnancy center and the maternity home have been affected by domestic violence. Ebony moved to Washington, D.C. a few years ago to enter college. She worked full-time and was in school full-time. She was very independent. She started dating a guy, and soon they moved in together, and then he became violent. She left, but she worked the overnight shift, and the domestic violence shelter would not allow her to continue her job. She was fiercely independent and knew that having a job and an income was a way to remain that way. So she returned to the abuser's home. He stalked her on campus. He stalked her at work, causing her to lose her job, until he became so violent that he almost killed her. And he beat her with an object in her abdomen, and she almost miscarried. He was arrested, and she was left with nowhere to stay. She was staying at a single women's shelter, but she couldn't stay any longer because she was pregnant. But she found the Northwest Center. The maternity home is a very small nonprofit, and we do not receive any government funding. The good thing about being small and working with limited resources is that we can tailor the program to the women's individual needs. She found another job working overnights. We were able to accommodate that and continued in school full-time while working full-time until her daughter was born, and then she went to school part-time, continued to work full-time. She gave birth to a delightful baby girl, Victoria, who never stopped smiling. While extremely independent, Ebony also thrived in a place where she was nurtured, supported, and encouraged. She moved into her own apartment, and will graduate from college later this year. She may have had nowhere else to go during her pregnancy. Thankfully, she found the Northwest Center. And I know that the staff, the volunteers, the other women of the home are grateful that she found us because she touched our lives with her strength and determination. To the pro-life bloggers, what I can say from my social work perspective is to share stories. Stories make us feel connected to the movement, connected to one another. It encourages us to share our own stories or to really listen. One of my main jobs, which I enjoy, is listening. And so often with technology and writing things down and sometimes just stopping, putting everything aside to really listen and hear what that true story is. The stories can help to dispel misconceptions. For example, what is a maternity home? What is a pregnancy center? So I would also encourage you to visit your local pregnancy centers and maternity homes and really understand what they do. What I have learned through this work is the importance of relationships. Even for the women who choose abortion, we treat them with love and respect and let them know that they do indeed have choices for life. Some will choose life and some will not, but they do know that they can talk to someone without judgment, without pressure, and start to heal. In this way, they can be either today or someday the best mothers they can be. They know they have hope, support, and unconditional love. And not just someone to offer diapers or housing, but also someone to share the joys and the stress of parenting, relationships, of life. So many of the families we serve come back years after their children have left infancy, either to donate clothing, to stop in and to show us how proud they are of their children, or to direct other women to us and to let us know they can choose life. So I would encourage all of you to remember the woman, remember the village it indeed takes to raise every child, and to treat everyone with that love, because you never know what she's been through. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for reminding us why we're here, both for the women and the children. And we are so grateful to the 2,000 plus pregnancy care centers that take care of women and their children and post-abortive women as well, because we are here for both of them. And we are here to help promote both of their lives.